All right, moments later in the exact same environment. This is just merely for illustrative purposes because you've already seen this. I'm reminding you about, with regard to the pattern of conduct that I've already captured as it is underway, the pattern of conduct that's underway in Los Angeles amongst the people of the state in Los Angeles and the Los Angeles Police Department and corrupt law enforcement agency that is engaged in a satanic targeting system referred to as federal group stalking and monitoring. You have the maintenance of the light source in its zenith. Now, remember, while I'm sitting over there, it's on that side of the building, and again, defying nature, where I'm capturing day in and day out. This morning it was at 9:59 a.m. where it's on this side of the building, but day in and day out I've captured it during the 8 o'clock hour on this side of the building. So at no time would it ever be captured on that side of the building. It's very, very specific. This is the pattern of keeping it in perfect alignment with me. And this is, again, this is 1:19. It's 1:19 p.m. and this is after it's present from 8:30 a.m., 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. And this is 5 hours. So it's going from being on the side, even if you want to count 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, that's 4 hours. It's the same building. But understand why it goes from this side as I'm capturing it moments ago, while the LAPD amplified helicopter activity, because that evidence is so damning, and the entity both wants to be a distraction, but also wants me to stop documenting the people of the state. But it's providing evidence against the people of the state because they are group stalking, and they're group stalking together. So while LAPD threatens my life, the people of the state threaten my life. Also, while the people of the state are group stalking in alignment via smart janitorial. But I want to be clear, this is the light source at 1:19 p.m. And at this time, I'm at the Chino Hills Library, and in the same exact position as I stand at the entrance, the light source is in its zenith in the same manner over the top of my head. And you're looking at what is the maintenance of that light source as I'm documenting in that video. Listen to what I'm stating, and I'm speaking about all the other locations where I was at that time, documenting the maintenance of the light source in the same way that you see here in Los Angeles, California. What is speaking to the impossible location directly above my head for the duration of the day, maintaining perfect alignment with me and my path from the beginning of the day, in alignment with my apartment as I walk down to my apartment, and from 8 o'clock until 5 p.m. You have what is hovering over a 3-story building. The sun is not, again, this is speaking to what is not the sun also, just by pure observation. This light source is hovering above building 1810, and it is also speaking to what is the placement of what is not even sunlight, especially while it's hovering over my head at Chino Branch Library in Chino, California, where that pattern of conduct was underway as I documented in May of 2022 at 1:18 p.m. And I will remind you about that. I'll publish that video, and you're going to look at these videos side by side, and you are witnessing the phenomenon. This is the phenomenon, the placement of the light source that's impossible to be seen at the Chino Branch Library at the entrance. That is not occurring at the same time, and nor is the sun remaining stationary at one address or remaining over one person's head, over everyone's head in its zenith like this for the duration of the day. And also, sunlight does not create this sort of light activity. This is the pattern of conduct of stalking with light, and it's entirely demonic. This is serving for criminal monitoring that the people of the state are engaged in. This is the concentrated light. This is, again, directed impossible light activity as well. And you're looking at all the methods of impossible light that was inside of my apartment. None of that having to do with the placement of the sun, which you saw directly over my apartment building after it was in alignment with my apartment building at 6:30 in the morning. But I want to be clear, the entity is, there's no sun. That was not the sun at the Chino Branch Library. That's impossible, especially while it's engaging in maintaining presence here at Alvarado Gardens. The two are not happening at the same time. The sun is not some hovering stationary object that remains over everyone in its zenith over everyone's head at the same time for the duration of the day. And again, while I'm documenting the maintenance of the stationary presence of this light source and the maintenance of this light source over my head, you are looking at what is the absence of any sun in the state of Florida. Florida still has not seen the sun while it's remaining over me, and I'm documenting that. That's what this is evidence of. But again, you're witnessing the demonic. You're exposing what is a state system, and it's serving for what is a criminal pattern of conduct. That's why you have the entity amplifying helicopter activity as I speak to what is going on in the environment. That's not a coincidence, people. The entity going haywire, sounding sirens as I speak to what is going on. I'm speaking the truth, and the entity is providing evidence against that very entity. It's not helping the people. It's prosecuting the people. Not that I need I don't need the help. I don't need the help. The evidence, the record that already exists is serving for the prosecution, the comprehensive prosecution of the state of California, and the people of the state are the state of California. They are in a specific venue, one which is defying science and nature, and the reason for that is because they're monitoring, and they're engaging in what is terrorism. This is satanic methods of monitoring, and they're doing it under the malicious guise of presence, as though they're in the same position of the target individual, and they're not. They're monitoring, and they're in a specific environment maintaining that presence. Exhibit A. This is P.O.C. and she already knows that she's losing custody of her children, and that's an ongoing reflection of what is malice and impunity. That's Precious Bastillos, and all of those children, and I mean all of them, are going to lose custody. This is an ongoing crime scene where the Los Angeles Police Department and the people of the state are engaged in ceaseless terrorism. And they utilize children to engage in what is the sex offense. They utilize children to engage in what is that criminal monitoring system. They're doing it under this specific environment, and the entity does so in the face of the targeted individual. And so under no circumstances will the son be present above the Chino Branch Library, but that's exactly what you're going to witness when you look at that documentation that's already published. And I will remind you about that while you have third-party group stalkers such as Precious Bastillos, who are a threat not only to those children while she has them living at a crime scene and maliciously targeting another individual in violation of their American and constitutional rights. Precious Bastillos is living at a crime scene, engaging in the perpetual sex offense, and she does so with children, and she's also engaging in that with knowledge of the fact that she's being documented. Keeping a straight face, staring at your communication device while you are walking in relevant position group stalking with the child is no suggestion of innocence. You're remembering the environment, that literally the ongoing impossibility of all of this environment, and this is what the entity continues to do to its own demise. Okay, this is why you are speaking to the creation of such policy. It is currently, again, 1:25 p.m. And this is never going to be the natural environment, as you recall the documentation captured at the Chino Branch Library, in addition to, again, the April 24, 2022. You can look at the rest of that documentation because I used a couple of those videos this morning to compare with what the entity is doing. It's keeping the light source here. So, period. There's no sun that you're going to see at Ramona and Holt. There's no sun that you're going to see through the window of Starbucks where I was at in the morning. There's no sun that you're going to see while Montclair Police Department are just appearing on their surface to be at a stoplight. No, they're group stalking. All right, and they're group stalking in a specific environment, and that specific environment is identified when you're looking at what is literally a phenomenon, while that entity keeps a light source here, and then you're talking about hours from now, which is in excess of 4 hours from now, the light source is setting in alignment. This is, again, one method of maintaining the environment, identifying the targeted individual, and this is the impossible light activity, and suggesting that sunlight is shooting down like a laser underneath surfaces, hovering over buildings, not only creating what is impossible light underneath doorways, but also a light that's appearing on surfaces. That's the pattern of conduct, and that's exactly what you saw inside of my apartment as well. The reason why it is here is because criminal monitoring is underway, and it is accomplished via those under the age of majority. The entity is engaging in what is group stalking by children. This is a means of what the secret society is engaging in on an ongoing, ceaseless basis. This is a part of the lifestyle of the demon-possessed that are targeting American citizens in violation of constitutional and human rights in the state of California, and that is speaking to what federal policy is going to address in the same way that you saw a group stalker, a sex offender, casually crossing path, engaging in terrorism and the sex offense with a child. That's how swiftly you are going to act with regard to the federal government's reaction with regard to the prosecution of the people of the state. All right, this is P.O.C. crossing path over my head, amplified plane activity, and this is just a group stalker that you can visually see in the path. I am surrounded. They live in relevant position at the sun. All right, impossible light activity during the day on the buildings. This is impossible light. It's not reflecting off of vehicles and bouncing off and hitting surfaces. This is the pattern of conduct. This is the light source that moves as I move. Hi, did you need help with something? No? You don't need help? No? Okay, are you here visiting a resident?
No, I mean somebody's call.
Oh, okay. You're making a call? Okay. This is P.O.C. Engaged in criminal summoning, monitoring with the Los Angeles Police Department right now, going to federal prison, likely not American citizen, going to be deported, acting with impunity with 1808 number 6. All right, Roger and Lisa of 1808 number 6, engaging in criminal monitoring on a daily basis. This is impunity and malice. Monitoring also with minor children. Precious Bastillo's child is a means of criminal monitoring while they are in group relevant position group stalking, as is that male in the parking lot as well. This is P.O.C. Right, there is no sun over the Chino Branch Library where I'm showing you what is the pattern of conduct that's underway here. He's going to federal prison. Hi, is there something I can help you with? No? Okay, is this your vehicle? Oh, you're delivering? It looked like you were sightseeing. Yeah, taking pictures. This is P.O.C. 8HBT589. We don't have any parking for visitors here. Okay, P.O.C. Thank you.